Hello friends, good evening all of you. So today we are going to start about the paper 1, first unit teaching aptitude. Okay, so directly we can move on to the sessions. Just here we are going to see what is the syllabus and how we are going to attend the questions, theory based questions, and what are the tricks that we have to use. And apart from that, just we can see some of the concept today. Okay, we can move on to this just video now. First one, every unit normally I used to start with syllabus. So syllabus itself normally I used to say what are the questions, what are the topics important, which one is very repeated questions, net exam and set exam. Okay, so here we can see teaching aptitude syllabus. Actually, here is a concept, objectives, levels of teaching. So levels of teaching, it's very important. Sure, we will get any one types of levels of teaching, memory level, understanding level, and reflective level, or whatever. And the learner characteristics very important. So they will give you some learner characteristics, and which one is not, maybe they can ask, or which one is learner characteristics also they can ask. That depends on that question. And factor affecting teaching as for teachers as well as learners. That both the things we have to learn. Okay, and methods of teaching. What are the methods of teaching we are following? What are the methods? Offline teaching methods, online teaching methods, and everything we have to know. And here ICT modern techniques, teaching techniques we have to understand. And evaluation system. Sure, we will get one question. So evaluation systems, which one is and computer based testing and everything. Say any one question we will get. So this is the syllabus actually. So we are going to move on to the concept today. First one, what is teaching? Teaching is a systematic process of facilitating learning by helping students acquire knowledge, develop skills, and build positive attitudes and values through guidance, communications, and meaningful interaction. So, here, what is facilitate learning actually? Systematic process. So, systematic process means actually planning the lessons, explaining the concept, and giving activities. Whatever we have to plan accordingly, systematic we have to conduct. So assessing students and providing feedback, these are the things. And facilitate learning means teachers help students actually learn instead of simply reading from a textbook. So we have to explain the to understand, learners to have has to understand. So like this we have to explain with the demonstration, or we can, and we have to do some different concepts. So different teaching methodologies we have, even gaming method, quiz methods, that's group discussion, blended learning, and we have say, many learning methods. So facilitating learning by helping students acquire knowledge, so developing skills actually. So actually help students acquire knowledge. They have to understand whatever we are saying, they have to understand. So we have to make them to understand clearly what are the facts, what are the concept, and what are the theories, everything. So even for example, we are telling any concept. So we have to tell them what is the example, real-time example. It will be best to understand. And developing skills. So teaching should improve the practical abilities. That is called developing skills. So build positive attitudes. So teachers also develop good behavior and ethics also. So like this, these are the combination of this called is a teaching. So teaching is a combination of arts and science actually. So teaching is considered both of arts and science because it combines structured educational principles and it's a creative human interaction. Okay, so first one, teaching as a science. So teaching is a science because it's based on well-established educational theories and instructional strategies, scientific methods, and assessment techniques. So these approaches help teachers organize learning effectively and measure that student progress, how they're doing. For example, we can take it while teaching Boolean algebra. So what I have to do first, a teacher will teach first define the learning objectives and explain the concept with example sums or diagrams or whatever, and Boolean laws, and provide practical problems or whatever we have to tell them to solve. And finally we have to conduct the quiz. This is the process. Yes. So this is the actually the teaching is regarded as a science. So we have to record them. Everything is a evidence based one. We have to create. So this planned everything is a measurable process. So teaching is an art. So art is because it involves imagination. So creativity, we have to think more and we have to be patient and empathy and effective communication. It has to be there. So the skill teacher motivate learners, adapt lessons to learn different learning needs and creates engaging and inspiring classroom environment. So very important as a teacher, we have to be imagine more, we have to creativity, we have to do more. These are the things. For example, we can take any example while teaching the concept of plans, you can take. So instead of only reading the textbook, so the teacher we have to real plant in the classroom and allow students to observe the what is root, what is stem, what is leaves, and what is which one is flowers. And we have to ask the students some questions, and we have to encourage the discussion. For example, how to do what are the process to do this one plants, everything. So like this we have to make them creativity also, creative thinking also we have to generate. So this is, so we are saying this is a teaching is a science and art. Okay, so next one, objectives of teaching. So teaching aims at bringing a desirable change in the learner knowledge, skills, attitudes and behavior. So what are the main objectives? First one, acquisition of knowledge. So to provide facts, concept, principles and information. For example, we can take a teacher explain a part of the plan. The same thing already I told you, we have to tell them with root stem, everything, how to do everything. So development of understanding. So to help students comprehend and interpret ideas rather than merely memorize them. Actually we have to inform, we have to make them to understand. So instead of memorizing, that's very important. They have to understand and they have to work out themselves, they have to try themselves. That is important thing. And these are the things we are going to see: what is memory level, what is understanding level, and what is reflective level also. Okay, development of skills. So to develop intellectual, practical and communications and problem solving skills. For example, students learn a ride a bicycle, draw a diagram, so solve a puzzles, how to everything we have to give, and we have to improve this practical skills. And development of attitudes and values. So to cultivate positive attitudes, ethical and social values and responsibility, it's very important. It has to promoting the honesty and teamwork. And development of critical thinking. So critical thinking, it's very important. For example, small kids is not possible, but we have to make them to go they will go higher studies also, because they have, after that higher studies, they are going to do full and full critical thinking and problem solving only. Yes. So to encourage analysis, evaluation and logical reasoning. So next one, development of creativity. So we have to foster the innovations and original thinking. So students create a poster, we have to encourage them to do something, and we have to encourage them to create some posters or whatever, any imagination, creativity. And modifications of behavior to bring the desirable behavior changes in learners. And preparation of future life, this is also to equip learners with knowledge and skills needed for social life. And promotion of independent learning, so we have to make them to learn separately for themselves, they have to read everything. So we have to encourage them to do some project work or to do some research work, or some small mini projects or whatever. We have to give them idea, and we have to tell them to make that project. And holistic developments to ensure intellectual, emotional, social, moral, and physical growth of the learner. Okay, so next one, this is the important question: Bloom's taxonomy of educational objectives. This is also important, and levels of objectives, levels of teaching also, it's very important. First one, Bloom's taxonomy is a classification of educational objectives developed by Benjamin Bloom, 1956. So we have three domains, that is called cognitive domain, affective domain, and psychomotor domain. So that is called knowledge and attitudes and skills. So first one, cognitive domain. What is cognitive domain? Is related to thinking, how learning about this one, remembering, understanding, and solving the problem. So what are the objectives means they how to they are acquiring knowledge, understanding the concept. So they are going to apply the knowledge, analyze, then just evaluate the ideas and creating new ideas. So just example I have given. So for example, to learn the water cycle, you understand each stage, evaporation, what condensation, everything, every steps they have to understand, and they have to make them questions, and they have to do it's a live also. And affective domain, the attitude domain. So the affective domain deals with feelings, emotions, attitudes, values, interest, and behavior. So, what are the objectives? Develop positive attitude and respect others, build self confidence, and appreciate values. They have to show up responsibility, and they have to cooperate with each other for teamwork. They have to manage. So, these are the things that are very important for this one. So, here a maximum I have given keywords only. Oh, it was very useful actually. It's more than enough to read this one. And psychomotor domains are related to physical movement, coordination, and practical skills. So, how to develop your motor skills, improve coordination, so perform some practical activities, and using tools, how they are using tools and practice this one. So, these are the things, the three Bloom's taxonomy things. Next one, it's very important things, levels of teaching. That's again, I'll tell you. First important questions are blooms of taxonomy, next levels of teaching. So teaching can be understood at different levels, depends on the how students learn and participate in the classrooms. For example, you can take a small kid, for example, second standard, third standard, means they can't do that self actually, it's not a possible. So they will memorize, and they will full and full they will depend on the teacher only. So next one's just higher education you can take. Actually, they will think it's a separately, and they will understand, and they will apply something. And reflective level means it's a full and full is a scholar level. They will do themselves a college students levels. So these levels move from simple memorization to deep thinking and problem solving. First one, memory level teaching, understanding level teaching, and reflective level teachings. Okay. So first one, memory level teaching. So memory level teaching is concerned with acquiring and retaining information. The learner is expected to remember facts, principles, formulas, dates, and definitions, everything. So here we need to consider every theory question, theory papers. For example, you can take a teaching aptitude, research aptitudes, higher education, people environment, and these are the papers we need to point out the keywords. That's very important. So keyword only they will point out. So considering the foundation of all learning, this is called memory level. So first thing we have to remember, this is a foundation of learning. Focus on recognition and recalling information. That is called memorizing. They will recall actually. Learning occurs through repetition and practice. So repeatedly they will they will do like a memory only. And teachers exercises maximum control over the classroom. Students mainly receive information rather than discover it. So suitable for introducing a new subject or topic, we can say. Assessment is based on the objective questions, filling the blanks, and direct recall. And classroom activities, we can say memorizing definitions. So it's full and full only keyword, memorizing, recalling. Then one of the important thing, and what repetition and practice, and retain information. And these are the keywords actually. And this one, recalling dates, and like this. Okay. Next one, understanding levels of teaching. So understanding levels teaching goes behind the memorization. So and they will actually they will understand, and they will develop a something comprehension of ideas and concepts. This thing. So here learners interpret informations in their own words. So emphasis is placed meaning rather than memorization. So instead of memorizing, they will actually practice on themselves and encourages questioning and discussion. So teachers act as the organization and guide. They will act as a guide. So learning becomes more meaningful and permanent. So here students connect a new knowledge with previous experiences and understanding the testing through explanation and interpretation. And we can say group discussion, concept explanation. These are the things that under it will come in the understanding level. Next one, reflective levels of teaching. So reflective level means what actually? Reflective level teaching develops a learner's ability to investigate problems, think critical thinking. They will do their own self. Yes, so here we have to understand highest stage of teaching and learning process, and encourages independent and original thinking. Learners is problems centered rather than content centered. So students actively search for solution and problem solution. They will find out a solution for problems, and they will think critical thinking. They will do and analyze everything. They will do themselves. So teachers act as a facilitator and mentor. So promotes research attitudes and scientific thinking. Emphasis is placed in inquiry, analysis, evaluation, and creativity. These are the keywords actually. And learning environment is democratic and interactive. So students learn to justify decision with evidence. So again, I'll tell you while doing that theory part, so we have to remember the keywords is very important. So classroom we can say is a case studies, research project. Nowadays we have so many things. So AI tools are problem solving like this. So this is important for to remember just I have kept. So here phase nature memory means phase oriented, as concept oriented, problem oriented. Learning means rote learning or memory level learning. This is meaningful, this is critical. Here teacher role authority, here guide, here facilitator. Student participation here low only, moderate and high. Thinking level here simple level only they will think, in interpretative here analytical level they will think. So creativity it's very low, moderate here it will they will create the very high. Classroom environment it will be formal, it will be interactive, it will be democratic. Evaluation recall based one, here comprehension based, this is problem solving based. Okay, so important keywords I have actually have given. Memory level means associated with Herbert. Understanding level, who is Morrison? That name it's very important. That's why I have done bold. Reflective level is a hint, and memory level lower level of teaching. Reflective higher level of teaching. Understanding level is a it's combination of bridge between memory and reflective levels. Effective teaching generally combine all three levels. Student freedom is maximum at a reflective level. Teachers control so maximum at memory level. So like this, it's a keywords we have to know. Okay, some questions we can see. The correct sequence of Bloom's cognitive domain from lower to higher levels. What is our first step we saw cognitive domain? Bloom's taxonomy, we have three domains for cognitive and psychomotor domain. This is we have seen. So here first one in cognitive, knowledge, comprehension, application, analysis, synthesis and evaluation. Actually, Bloom's talks this pattern only we are creating nowadays question papers also. So we have it very familiar in that. Okay, so which of the following belongs to affective domains of Bloom's taxonomy means remembering no, evaluating no, so responding actually. Next one, the psychomotor domains mainly deals with physical skills and coordination. And which levels of Bloom's taxonomy require student to acquire a knowledge means when applying this one, they will acquire a knowledge. Which one is highest level in the revised Bloom's taxonomy means last one in the cognitive domain, that is called creating, it's the highest level. And Bloom's taxonomy is mainly used for what is the purpose? Student attendance? No. Teacher recruitment? Suppose if you are doing that questions, this one, if you don't know that answer particularly, if you are not confirmed that one means you can use elimination method. So you can eliminate which one is not possible, automatically you will get correct answer. So Bloom's taxonomy, what is the mainly used for student attendance? No, not at all. Teacher recruitment? No. Examination scheduling? No. So automatically this is the answer. So like this, whatever if you don't know the questions, really it will be very helpful that elimination method. So you can eliminate which it's not possible to get answer. Maybe within 4 options, 2 answer also we can cut down. After that we can find and write. Okay. Okay. According to Morris, this one, the levels of teaching, memory, understanding and reflective, 3 levels actually. The lowest levels of teaching always memory level, next step understanding, next create reflective. And at memory level the emphasis mainly on recalling. So recall, again I'll tell you, recall is a one of the main keyword, memorization, recall, retaining everything. And the highest level of teaching automatically reflective level. And which level of teaching develops independent thinking means who will in thinking independently means automatically in the reflective level they will think, they will critical thinking, problem solving, everything is under in the reflective. Understanding, they will understand and they will try to apply somewhere this one. And understanding level teaching was mainly proposed by Hose Morrison. The names we should know. And reflective level of teaching is mainly advocated by John Dewey. And which level of teaching encourages learners to solve real life problems automatically is the reflective levels. Okay. So next, just my idea actually, whatever topic we are learning, through from that point of view, we have to see PYQs also. Even just I'm creating my own questions as well as I'm taking as a PYQs also for reference. It will be very good. We have to understand how to answer the question from that particular topic. Really, it will be very useful to write that. So we are going to see side by everything topic, every topics next videos. So if you have any doubts regarding that, what I have taken, I think theory level we won't get so much of doubts actually. Suppose we are taking some mathematical reasoning and logical reasoning, so we can ask any doubts regarding that. You can WhatsApp group also or comment session also. So thank you all of you. Thank you once again. So subscribe this channel and watch every full videos. Thank you.